Good morning. It's Tuesday, June 18th. Want to give you guys a quick look here. The Gulf of Mexico is quite angry here this morning. And I think that some of these precious metals markets are as well. If you look at that overnight session, we had August gold 23.41. Same thing on the September silver over that $30 range, and then kind of breaking down from here. So overnight precious metals are weaker after yesterday's weaker session. However, in the overnight session, it looked like markets were going up. So that kind of gives us from a detective standpoint how that traders are positioning in these markets here. Remember, this is really a global market. So looking at the U.S. equities, the NASDAQ notched out its sixth straight record close. The S&P 500 up 5 out of the last 6 trading sessions, making some all-time highs here. And really the tech stocks, they become the new safe haven play. Forget about the gold market, Bitcoin, dollar index, things like that. It seems like tech is that safe haven. Now, two things we're going to have coming out today. We'll have retail sales, 0.3% is what they're expecting. And then also on the Fed officials, we're going to have a whole series of Fed officials coming out. So, like I said, when I went to bed last night, the Gulf of Mexico looked fantastic. I wake up this morning and the water's nearly up to the stairs here. So a lot of action going on. And what I think is happening here, you got two things that are going on. One, you have the weaker economic data in China. So China appears to be liquidating everything again at the moment. Problems with their property sector, their economic data coming out. All of that is really weak here at the moment. Now, the other problem is over in France, because of the way their election is turning out, they're liquidating those stocks over there. And my big joke is that tech stocks have now become the new safe haven play. It have become that in the mindset of the retail investor. And what's happening is that if you looked yesterday, gold futures and silver and things like that were liquidated at 10:30 a.m. Central Time. That is the close of the European session. And then if you look at the way the dynamics of how tech stocks took off and how the dollar index remained firm, what's happening is over in France, they're liquidating it. In Europe, they're liquidating euros, they're liquidating those stocks. They're now repatriating, they're buying dollars. That's why the dollar index goes up. And then once they buy the dollars, they can buy the U.S. tech stocks, and that's why tech stocks take off like a rocket, and they were almost bid the complete session. Stocks should have been under a lot of pressure from that weak Chinese data, so you could see that it's a mass exodus that's going on in Europe, and they're going into, again, the NASDAQ, and then also the dollar index. So expect to see some periods where all of a sudden it looks like the air is just let out of the gold market at the moment. So something else to watch, again, that retail sales number, because of the fact that if you look at I think it was May 15th, when the last retail sales data came out, it was a big miss. They were expecting plus 0.4%. They got 0, and the gold market ended up $28 on the day. So tune into whatever financial news network you want at 7:30 a.m. Take a look at the retail sales data and see what happens here. If chances are, if it comes in below that 0.3, if we get unchanged, negative, or 0.1, I think that the gold market is going to be positive on the day. So two things else to note, that we were also, according to the autumn gold readings for CTAs, we were for the top 10 CTAs for May, we were number 2 for our metals alpha, up 11.59%. Global opportunities, that one takes more of a broad spectrum of all the different markets. We were up 9.37%, taking the 2024 return to 19.68%. So you got any interest in our CTA programs, give me a shout, 312-858-7303. Remember, futures option trading does involve risk of loss. May not be suitable to all investors. Good luck, good trading.